Thank you, Max Pinella, for that. That was awesome. And you know, I love you all very, very much, but you know what I'm going to ask you to do now, right? Please get in your cars, and if you did not get a confetti cannon, a program, or a mask, just have one person standing outside of your car. And there's a reason I want you in your car. I'll tell you why in a minute. I'll just wait. Yeah, Tanner. This is the coolest graduation I've ever seen in my life. I'll wait until I see more in their cars. We do have to follow the guidelines set forth by our governor. Vince Biondo, if you want to start heading towards the stage, please. So what I think is really cool about you guys, I still see a few more. I'll wait. We're going to be waiting here for a while, but I cannot start until we are in our cars. Oh, that's our booster club helping out. Okay, so at this point, if we were on the field, we would say, here we go, class of 2020. And we're not clapping, we're honking our horn. So I want to hear those horns honking. Welcome 2020! I love it! That is so cool. All right. Now we got to practice the stopping of the. There's no rehearsal in the start and the stop, right? But that was awesome, and welcome to your graduation. For our seniors, please put on your masks and stand outside your car for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Vince Biondo.
Thank you. All right, everyone hand over the heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all. Congratulations, class 2020.
I love the honking. Not yet. No, 1 second. I just want my seniors standing just for a little bit longer, because I just want to see you. I want to take all of this in. I just got to just stand there for a second. I really just need to take this in. This is so cool. I'm so glad this is being recorded on so many different ways. We're going to have droids out there, drones out there. Like, this is so cool. And I hope you appreciate all the work and the dedication that was put together for you today. But seniors, while you're standing, you know what we got to do one last time. One last time, and I want to hear it loud, and I want to hear it proud. Are you ready? Oxford High School core values. And encourage all students. I can't hear you. It's because of the masks. As they develop into productive members of society. Next time we'll try that without the masks. How about that? Take your mask off. I want to hear this. Take your masks off. Nice and loud and proud, class of 2020. It's your last time saying it. Oxford High School core values are to support, inspire, and encourage all students to strive for academic success as they develop into productive members of society. And boy, did we do a good one on you, right? I'm going to have you standing for just a little bit longer to recognize that this year has not been easy for any of us. And I want you to remain standing for a moment of silence. We need to remember all of the friends and family we have lost, and specifically 2 young lives that we lost all too soon. Liam Devine and Brianna Hughes, as well as Miss Kathy Cortina. Please stand for a moment of silence. Just stand for a little bit longer. Brianna was an Oxford High student here, and we lost her just too soon. She adored animals and wanted to do something with them. She wasn't sure what it was going to be, but she knew she wanted to pursue something in that area. You know, and I'm sure her teachers and Mr. Savo would concur, that kid liked to argue, right? The debates that we've had in our office, it's usually in my office, and it would be, are you really dress coding me again, Miss Potter? I just wanted to go for a walk. This is so dumb. But although she liked to argue, what she loved even more, and which was so endearing for her, is that she loved to hug it out. When she would reminisce about her mom or her personal struggles, she hugged it out, and she loved everyone. And she's also very, very lucky to have John and Nancy Curdy as her parents. And as educators, as parents, as moms, every single child deserves to cross this stage and get a high school diploma. So ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to honor Brianna Hughes with an Oxford High School diploma. And we're going to cheer on as Nancy and John join us on the stage to remember the lost soul, Brianna. I'm not doing that. And here's her cap. I'll get you another tassel. You want to hold this? The nicest people in the world, John and Nancy Curdy. Brianna will always be remembered as an Oxford High student and a Wolverine. She will always have a home here in spirit. All right, seniors. Go ahead in your car, turn your AC on, and here we go. Yep, please take a seat. Thank you. Luckily, the sun's down now. I just don't even know how to begin, really, right? This journey that we've all been on. But this was your year, your year. We started out so strong, right? The Board of Education allowed you guys to paint your parking spots, first class ever to do that. We started out so strong. First class to ever do that. There's going to be a lot of firsts for us. We can also recognize the advanced lockdowns. Remember the crazy clowns? Right? That was a couple years ago. Triple E. Triple E was this year as well. We had Australian fires, a pandemic, protests, and let's not forget that little Spirit Rock. But there is so much more to all of you. None of that defines you. You are the class of 2020. And together, you learned that you have a great power and a great voice. You have learned that learning never stops, regardless of what is happening around you. More importantly, I believe, some of the best lessons you have learned were outside of the classroom. And those lessons are what's building your character. Who are you going to be, and who are you going to continue to become? I think you also learned very quickly that either you liked online schooling or not. Knowing what you don't like is as good as knowing what you do like. But there is one thing no one will ever be able to doubt, and that is that the class of 2020 is the most prepared to lead our country. We just need to get out of your way. There is also no doubt that you are so prepared for anything this world throws at you. Your education and the lessons you learned can never be taken from you. They are a part of you, just like Oxford's a part of you, Oxford High School's a part of you, Wolverines are a part of you. This community is a part of all of you, and you should be extremely proud of that. We do have, actually, for your graduation, some very special people here today. Along with our board members and our dignitaries, first selectmen, assistant superintendent, myself, Mr. Schuman, all of your teachers. Mr. Anthony Hibbert is here, ladies and gentlemen, and I think that is awesome, right? He was your principal at Great Oak Middle School, and believe it or not, you are his first graduating class that he is seeing. There you go, Mr. Hibbert. There you go. You can do a little wave there. Yeah. They just want me to keep going. There you gotta beep. There you go. We also have Miss Miller here, and what's interesting here is that you have Mr. Hibbert, who's seeing his first graduating class, and Miss Miller is seeing her last graduating class. She was your assistant principal at Gomes. So you have your assistant principal and principal with you from Great Oak. Yeah, they deserve that, don't you think? And I'm very excited to have them here. We also have with us Mr. Frank Salvo. Frank Salvo has been with us for 10 years. He was the principal before us. Oh, I hear Diamond. Diamond, ring your bell. There she is. Right? So, and he's been here for a while. This was his last year here, and we're going to miss him terribly. So we wish Mr. Salvo great wishes, and I'm so glad that he's here with us today. Yep, there's your fans, Mr. Salvo. And they're all here for you. We also need to send out huge thank yous to Miss Michelle Miller and Miss Terry McCullough for helping organize this graduation ceremony. Miss Alana Flack, who I drove insane probably for 4 weeks now. And so thank you, Miss Flack, wherever you are, you're probably somewhere. We also, of course, have Mr. Schuman and Mr. Maribel, who kept me calm. They did a pretty good job. It's not that easy to do. But something about Mr. Schuman that you need to know is that he has been planning this since day one. And he's planned it, and he's replanned it, and he's reorganized it again. And Dr. McKinnon and I changed it just about an hour ago on him. So he has been doing this for a very long time. We also need to thank the Booster Club. They have been amazing. The confetti cannons, just wait for that. Don't blow those off until we tell you to. The special signs you have in your driveway. The amazing senior video tribute designed by Miss Panic and our very own Andrew Panic, which is countless of hours of work, and that's for you to have forever. The swag bags were inspirations by your senior advisors, Miss Nisbet and Miss Giancopoulos. Thank you for that. Not to mention all the teachers and the parents who came out for those deliveries and hand-delivered your signs and your swag bags. And very interesting, the parade. The parade you were just in was planned last week. I was just scrolling on Facebook, and we had Lori Johnstone, and she just kind of posted something. I'm like, that is so cool. And she's like, yeah. And I said, call me. She said, yeah. And then boom, now we have a senior parade. And of course, I told her to call Miss Panic and Mr. Panic, who jumped in and made sure you guys all got here. Mrs. Tutilli with the senior athlete ceremony that we had. And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, in that school store, you had those fireside chats and those big pink erasers. I found out what we're later on. Yeah, you guys like those. I also cannot forget Ms. Swana and all her a number of texts to try to keep my eye on the prize and keep me focused on what we're really doing here today. I think I feel most bad for Jeremy, Chuck, and Augusto and all of our sound people who have just came together and rallied together. Drew Adamus, like this is all happening. This is all happening. And so I guess you might take a step back. Don't forget about the General Tso's chicken today, because that was good, right? So why am I telling you this? What is the purpose of me telling you about all these people that came together for you today? And there's two reasons. Number one, I think it's so important for all of you to feel the love and appreciation from this town, because you have it. And number two, it takes a village, and this is what it looks like. Everyone coming together to make this day for you perfect. And that's what our sound guys heard all morning. It's gotta be perfect. It's gotta be perfect for the class of 2020. So I want you to know that you have been at our forefront of our thoughts since March 13th. And that's why we care so deeply about all of you. So enough of all that, right? Like, let's get on with it, right? So without further ado, I would like to introduce your first speaker, our first selectman, Mr. George Temple, to the stage. Mr. Temple, before you begin, and I know you love your stories, so I have a little story for you. You're going to love this, right? So do you know what this is? What does that look like to you? Football. It is a little football. It is yours, Tanner. So I'm going to tell you a little story about Tanner Sirocco, and Diane is probably shrinking in her seat right now, but Tanner decided to play with this little football 3 years ago. 3 years ago, full-on tackle in the hallways. He, of course, ended up in the principal's office. Mr. Schuman and I had a very stern look on our face after we laughed hysterically before he came down. So, do you think he should get it back?
Of course.
All right, we shall see.
Well, he's a voter, right?
Are you a voter, Tanner? Very good. Mr. Temple.
Thank you, everyone. That parade was really cool, wasn't it? I think we ought to do it again next year and do it every year. That's a great idea. You know, the town just passed the budget. We passed the budget, and it was close to $50 million. And the only thing, by the way, no tax increase. I thought you'd like to hear that. I haven't heard so many horns since I went the wrong way down the Lincoln Tunnel. We passed the budget, and almost $50 million a year we spend. The only thing we produce are good citizens, and you're here. And here's the assembly line, and I salute you. Good evening. I'd like to thank Dr. McKinnon, Stephanie Miller, and of course Dorothy Potter for inviting me, Selectman Arnold Jensen, Selectman Heather Haney, and Representative Labriola, who they're all over here. And thank you for inviting us at this very important occasion. I want to commend Dr. McKinnon and Dr. Miller for the terrific job they've done this year. It wasn't easy, but you handled it with ease. And I'm really grateful that we don't have a rock in front of Town Hall where people can write on. Dr. McKinnon is Australian, so he's not always easy to understand. Australia is the only English-speaking country whose unofficial national anthem requires an interpreter. I'm referring to Waltzing Matilda. Now, Waltzing Matilda sounds like a song about taking a girl to a dance, but it's not. It's about a hobo sleeping in a swamp. And so I don't know how they did that, but the Australians did it. Right, mate? All right. To the parents who are sending their kids to college, keep your sense of humor. When my son was in college, he sent me a text, "No mun, no fun, your son." I texted him back, and I said, "That's sad, too bad, you're dead." I know that this proceeding is not how many of us drew it up to be, but this is a graduation where none of us will ever forget, including me and everybody guest here. This group of graduates have proven that they can adapt in the face of adversity. I am proud of the grace and character that your class has shown, and class is the operative word. If you didn't do so hot in high school, welcome to the club. Remember, this is only the first step up the ladder. Don't let anyone else define you. That's your job. If you want to be strong, stand up for yourself. If you want to be stronger, stand up for somebody who needs you. Don't ever lose your integrity. It is almost impossible to get it back. Your journey through life is kind of like a good golf swing. Now, this is coming from someone who doesn't have a good golf swing. You have to remember, keep your eye on the ball, keep your head down, and follow through. If you hit it in the woods, enjoy the walk, but stay away from the poison ivy and get it out in the fairway as soon as you can. Most of all, enjoy the game. Thomas Wolfe once said, you can never go home again. Well, he wasn't from Oxford. This class and everybody in it can come home anytime you want. We admire you, we respect you, and we love you. Go Wolverines!
Next up, we have your assistant principal, current chair of our Board of Education, Ms. Miller. And Ms. Miller, I have a fun fact for you as well. Come on over. You've had all these guys. You know, this is your last graduating class, and do you know who are graduating last today? Colin Speaker. Colin Speaker, where are you? He is the last speaker that we're graduating. Yeah? So, yep. Ms. Miller, everyone.
To the class of 2020 Oxford High School, Dr. McKinnon, Dr. Miller, Mrs. Potter, Mr. Schuman, Mr. Temple, dignitaries, faculty, parents, and families. I'm Stephanie Miller, Chairman of the Board of Education, and on behalf of the board, I want to congratulate the Oxford High School class of 2020. You are a special class for obvious reasons, and some not so obvious. Here's an example of one of the not so obvious reasons. Your middle school days may seem long ago and far away, but you were a special 8th grade class. You were the first class for Mr. Hibbert as grade principal. You were the first class, the last class as I retired after working for 20 years in the Oxford School District. Mr. Hibbert is here, as Ms. Potter already gave the secret away, and together we celebrate your successful completion of high school. You have a special place in our hearts, and we are immensely proud of you. Wave to Mr. Hibbert. I'd like at this time to also acknowledge the phenomenal job your teachers have done throughout your time at Oxford High, especially in the quick pivot that they've had to perform into e-learning world in March. They have balanced their jobs, their own quarantine, and a foreign method of delivering instruction. A special, well-deserved gratitude to the incredible staff of Oxford High. As you venture out into the world, I would like to encourage you to give back to your community. Anywhere you live, whenever you have the opportunity. The Oxford community spirit is strong and united. The Board of Education is a group of 9 community members who contribute countless hours volunteering for you to receive the highest quality of education. The current members include Mrs. Shelley Lacey Castellat, Mrs. Deb Sherman, Mr. Scott Flaherty, Mr. Mike Kuza, Mr. Stephen Kozak, Mrs. Nicole Levine McGrath, Detective Joseph Matasovich IV, and Mr. Victor Tomprowski. Mrs. Lacey Castellat wishes that she could be here and asked me to tell you that she is here in spirit, wishing you all the best. It's important to acknowledge these wonderful members of our Oxford community for their dedication to your education. I would now like to ask them to stand and be recognized for their work. You can wave out the window. Thank you. The entire board also wants to recognize how difficult and disappointing your senior year has been. You missed out on many rites of passage. You were not able to celebrate your journey of 13 years of education in a traditional way, but it certainly will be memorable. As a small token of our understanding, we have created a commemorative medallion unique to you, unique to your class. Dr. McKinnon will hand you one when you get your diploma. Please take one and know that it is given with heartfelt admiration for the way you have handled yourselves in this pandemic environment. We would like to thank Bob Pedros of the Veloce Engineering Company located in our town for creating and donating these medallions, and our own Vic Tomporowski for spearheading this idea. In closing, I would like to remind you of another speech I gave you as the acting principal on your first day of 7th grade. I'm sure you have all memorized it, so this will just be a review. The theme was to work together as a team in order to be successful. An example in nature is how geese instinctively fly in a V formation during their long migration journey. When geese fly together, the lead goose is the first to push through the air resistance and provides additional lift to the ones behind. By reducing the other's air resistance, it saves their energy, allowing the team to fly farther together. When the lead goose gets tired, they rotate leadership, all contributing to their successful flight. Geese also help each other, and if one goose drops out of formation for whatever reason, 2 other geese will fall out of formation and remain with the weakened goose. That is a metaphor for your town, for our town, and your school. Think of the V in Wolverine. Once a Wolverine, always a Wolverine. Be there for each other, help each other, and you will all succeed. Be well, stay safe, find your path, and soar. Have a wonderful summer. Thank you. I brought one just in case.
Okay. Now I'm going to call Dr. McKinnon up. We have to share something with Dr. McKinnon. Come on up. Dr. McKinnon, first year at Oxford Public Schools is going great. So thank you for that. But, you know, you weren't here last year, and something amazing happened here last year that made all of Oxford proud. Coach LaCapra is the best unified sports teacher in the world, right? In the world. And yeah, she is. And she just happened to come up to us in the fall and say, hey, our students were just invited to go see Special Olympics World Games in Abu Dhabi. So you should know Thomas Romeo and Jack Fairhurst, where are you? Give us a honk. There they are. Traveled all the way to Abu Dhabi representing Oxford Public Schools. So not only did our unified program impress the Oxford district, we put little old Oxford on the map in Connecticut, on the map in our nation, and on the map globally. due to that unified program, and it is very special, and it definitely unifies us all. Dr. McKinnon, everyone.
Thank you. Here we go. Well, g'day to all students, family, faculty, administration, Dr. Miller, Board of Education members, and town leaders. I'm privileged to make these remarks to you today on your high school graduation. A graduation isn't just about today, and it's not just about the past 17 or 18 years of your life. It's also about the future. When you reflect on these moments in time, it makes today even special. Therefore, I would like to honor you seniors with a graduation stone. As you receive your diploma today, you will walk past this 1,200-pound granite rock. We would like to inscribe 2020 in this stone as a tribute to your hard work and the commitment that you've made to succeeding today. No other senior class has graduated under these circumstances, and our admiration to you knows no bounds. My past contributed to who I am today, just like you. Sometimes we overcome adversity in life that makes us stronger. For instance, I repeated the second grade because I couldn't read. No one knew why. I tried to read, but I couldn't. I was raised just by a single mum, and we struggled financially. Have you ever been the victim of a stereotype? Has anyone judged you on a first impression, the clothes you wear, where you come from, or something that you have struggled with? Please flash your lights, raise your hand, or beep the horn if that's ever happened to you. Thank you. I can tell you that it made me angry. And as a result, I decided to focus on helping others who were the victim of stereotypes and violence, but not in a good way. I was a hammer. I solved problems one person at a time. Fortunately, someone taught me to use my energy in another way to help people, and so I did. You should also know that no one in my family graduated high school, at least not by following the traditional path. During my high school years, I focused on athletics and helping others. My only goal was to work in a local job in a mine. Towards the end of school, someone else helped me and said, "We've got the ideal path for you. This is what you need to do," and so I did it. I'm proud of your accomplishments today because I know they have not been automatic. They have not been easy. You've overcome stereotypes, people judging who you are, you've made sacrifices, and you've worked hard. Your senior year has been disrupted terribly, but you're here now, and if life is about a series of steps, what are you going to do next? You'll be challenged in the near future to fix problems that haven't been solved yet. These complex challenges have been prevalent in society for too long, yet there are no easy fixes. I'm here to tell you that your high school diploma from Oxford High in 2020 was not easily obtained by you. You had to earn it. So I know that you are ready to find solutions that may have eluded most of us, to make this world a better place where everyone is valued, trusted, and equal. So what will you do next? I'm not referring to a university program or a career. I want you to think about how you can use your influence to affect the space around you. And by space, I mean the immediate space that you occupy with others. Whenever you walk into a room, you influence that space. Change it, set the tone, listen. All learning is based on relationships. If you can shape relationships in your space, you can shape how others think and feel. You can shape their actions. You can make a difference. As you move through life, you'll learn how to increase that space, expand that bandwidth to positively impact more and more people, and that's what I want you to do. The people around you. Just take a moment. Soak in your friends, your family in the car, and think about every time that you've stumbled or failed. I can tell you that someone helped me to read, find a purpose, and achieve a goal. Each time, someone saw the potential rather than the failures. Each time, it was a different person, but they had the same job. They were a teacher. If a teacher has ever helped you succeed, beep your horn or raise your hand. Thank you. I would like to thank our teachers and our leaders. Thank you for making us better. You can never underestimate the impact that you have made on these students today. So class of 2020, think about the next step and the one after that. Think about the space around you and how you can use that space to influence people's lives. Think about how you can make the world better with that influence. Graduations are about the past, the present, and the future. You are the future, and we need you now more than ever. So congratulations and best wishes to the class of 2020. Thank you.
All right. Let's hear from some students, shall we? If John Biondo and Zaid Hume can join me up here, please. Oh boy, here they come. Right. Zaid. Miss Miller, nothing's changed. Hasn't changed a bit, has he? Not even a little bit. Let's wait for John. How you doing? I can't hug you because I would. I'd do it in a heartbeat, but I can't. I wish I could. Oh, I know. How about this? Some elbows. I'll take some elbows. Okay. It's right here for you.
You want to go first? I got it. All right. This gift is a symbol of the class's gratitude to the school and commitment to the future generations of Oxford students. The class gift being presented this year is what we're going to call the 2020 Sanctuary, where the seniors usually eat lunch when there's nice weather. We're allowing anyone to purchase a brick and have it engraved custom to their preference, and we'll also be renovating the area for up-and-coming seniors.
Hey everyone. So, as you all know, with the recent pandemic, us seniors lost a big part of our final year in high school. So, with this being said, we decided it would be best to grant an individual from the future graduating classes with the Quarantine Scholarship. This scholarship embodies a student who in tough times always perseveres and finds a way to come out on the other side even stronger than before. Thank you.
Watch out for the steps. Back to your cars. Thank you. Good job. Gotta love Oxford High School. Seriously, like they're awesome. And up next, Colin Speaker, our class president. Weighing you down a little. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Good evening, students, family, staff.
I stand here before you with sweaty palms and butterflies in my stomach. When I ran for president my freshman year, I was an awkward, quiet kid just trying to pass by unnoticed. I didn't want to win. I had a fear of public speaking, and all I could think about was giving this speech 4 years down the line. Luckily, I lost the election to one of my classmates, Justin Nappy, so I only had to worry for 2. I want to start this speech by thanking my siblings and parents. Caitlin, being the oldest meant growing up finding the yellow tape. Thank you for that, because there sure was a lot of it. Ryan, I've looked up to you ever since the day in St. Lucia when you wanted me to leave you alone. Being serious, I look at you and seeing one of the strongest-willed men I know. You won't settle for anything less than what you envision. I want to thank you for showing me that so I could learn to have the same quality. Kristen, I won't be mad at you for being the favorite child. The constant focus and determination I saw in your eyes made me want to pursue joining as many clubs as possible. Connor, we've been a pair for so long. The brotherly fights, the hours spent playing with Legos and building covers for Nerf wars led me to want to find the characteristics I want for the people closest to me. Your pure heart and ability to instigate gave me a chip on my shoulder, not to stress the little things. Dad, I'm so grateful for the wisdom you bestowed on me. Your persistence in making sure the word can't never entered my vocabulary gives me the confidence in finding my quest. Lastly, Mom, from holding my hand while I walked on the bus for my first day of kindergarten to ironing my gown so it wasn't wrinkly for pictures. You've been with me every step of the way. When I think of the perfect mom, you're the only thing that comes to mind. You loved raising us, and it shines through our eyes. Dad taught us how to live, but you taught us how to love. I love you, Mom, and I'm proud of you today. Yeah. Our class has been through a lot, to say the least. Drew said the same thing last year, but I think we take the cake. Now, I don't want to spend this speech dwelling on the things that we lost, because that takes away from where we are today. I know it seems like e-learning was a struggle, but it gave us the first taste of what college and the real world is going to be like. This only has the first page of my speech. Can I go and grab the second? Sorry, there's a little technical difficulty. I'll be back in a second.
He has to get the other 5 pages and make his mom cry again, so we'll just wait for him. How you doing there, Mrs. Speaker? Yeah, it's a proud moment. Colin Speaker, ladies and gentlemen.
Round 2. We're going to face roadblocks ahead, but the resilience I saw from our class gives me confidence that I know we'll make it past these obstacles. From the dogs who graded us for the SATs to the ones who went locker to locker. We've had some pretty interesting moments. No other school can say they got baby kangaroos or joeys. A 2-hour evacuation because someone turned the gas nozzle on in the lab. We've had some fun in between classes as well. A short-lived tag game where we cornered people in classrooms. Or running to the LMC to print out an essay or lab the period before, only to find out that Bilmus wasn't there. 3 years and 8 months. That's how long we got. It felt like a lifetime going through it. I almost didn't make it a couple times, but we prevailed. Every moment in our lives is beautiful. We take it for granted. Our health, our education,
and the people closest to us. Closing my speech, I want to leave you with one message. We all have a role model in life. It can be anyone, alive or dead. They pushed themselves and endured the worst to improve their image. Be a role model that someone looks up to. Push yourself, even when you can't go further. Choose the right paths you come across. And if you don't, because no one's perfect, find your way back to that road. I love each and every one of you. Congrats to the class of 2020. We will be remembered.
Go to your mom. Now, our salutatorian, Stephanie McNamara.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. Before I begin, I'd like to thank a few people. First, being my brother, who gave me some speech writing advice, Patrick McNamara, the salutatorian of Oxford High School's class of 2017. I'd like to thank my parents, who have always been there for every play, every performance, and every achievement to cheer me on. Thank you to the LeCarey family for offering me my capstone internship, which was unfortunately canceled due to COVID-19, and always welcoming me into their home. A big thank you as well to the DeMarsick family for always showing me endless love. And I'd also like to thank my fellow students, the staff at Oxford High School, and the members of this community who have worked tirelessly to make our class's high school experience the best it could be. Lastly, I'd like to thank Dr. McKinnon. We are honored to be the first class at Oxford High School to be graduating with you as our superintendent. It has certainly been a long journey we've endured to get us to where we are today. In the class of 2020 high school years alone, we've lived through the 2016 presidential election, killer clowns, a tornado, and now the coronavirus pandemic. There's no doubt that we've faced many challenges, but the important part is that we've gotten through it all. This class knows that the world isn't a perfect place, that there will be troubles of every scale in life ahead, but we also know that we can heal and learn from every obstacle we face. Many of you will encounter some difficult challenges in your own lives. It will be tempting to compare where you're at in life with those who surround you. But I'm here to tell you something very important. Life does not have a schedule. Success comes to different people at different points in their lives. I've seen this firsthand with both my parents. In her mid-20s, my mom came to the United States from Brazil with nothing but a small suitcase. She attended college, studying in her second language, and now has a master's degree, a family, and a corporate job. Last fall, my dad received his master's degree, and he's supposed to be walking at his own graduation this year as well. I am so incredibly proud of both of them, so I ask you to join me in a round of applause. No one can determine your future but yourself. The whole world wants us to know what we want to do for the rest of our lives before many of us can even buy a scratch ticket. But you don't have to know. It's okay to feel like college isn't for you. It's okay to know exactly what you want to pursue and to not have the faintest idea. It's okay to change your mind. As I said before, life does not have a schedule, regardless of how much society wants you to believe it does. At our 10-year reunion, some of us may have spouses, some of us have made stable careers, some of us may have just received an associate's degree. If you haven't already, you'll come to find that everyone's life story is different, and that's what makes being a human so interesting and beautiful. But comparing your own journey to anyone else's will only discourage you from achieving your own goals. You may face your biggest challenge when your best friend reaches their greatest successes. But no matter how much life sets you back, it's up to your own will and determination to rise above it. As long as you are content with where you are headed, as long as you know the pace and the destination that is best for you and your life, you, my friend, are living life right. Congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you.
Nice job, Stephanie. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your valedictorian, Jessica Lockwood.
Friends, family, teachers, staff, I'm glad to see you all here tonight. I have missed you all more than you could ever imagine. Today, we celebrate our graduation as a class, and I've been given the opportunity to speak to everyone on behalf of my peers. With that being said, I would like to put a focus on the lessons I learned at OHS that made me into the person I am today. I know that we are facing unprecedented events across the country right now. We can't control everything that happens. But what's important is that we fight through it. This is preparation for the uncertainties in life, because nothing ever comes easy. Everyone here today, including me, is a work in progress. Don't expect everything in life to go smoothly the first time around. We may be uncertain about our path and feel like we'll never know what's going to happen. However, uncertainty is a synonym for opportunity. The opportunity to control what we want to do, where we want to be, who we want to be. We have all faced uncertainties in our lives, but I don't want to focus on the past. So now, I'm going to look ahead at our futures, because that's what tonight is all about, happy endings and new beginnings. Everyone says that high school is the best years of our lives, and we missed out on the last few months of it. I know, it's terrible. But we have so many valuable experiences coming ahead of us. We don't know what's going to happen 5, 10 years from now. But what I do know is that every action we make is going to play an important role in our future, and everything will work out in the end. Our uncertainties make us who we are. What I just mentioned is valuable knowledge, but it is something you can probably find on Pinterest if you looked. So let's focus on us, Oxford High School. I'm pretty sure that everyone here can recite our core values by heart. OHS core values are to support, inspire, and encourage all students to strive for academic success as they develop into productive members of society. But have you ever taken a minute to really understand what that means? These values are the foundation of what Oxford has formed us into. By supporting, inspiring, and encouraging us, OHS teachers and staff have given us the opportunity to be the best versions of ourselves, ready to conquer the world. I don't know about you, but I think they did a good job of doing that. I mean, we're all graduating tonight, right? Our future is only one step away. Now, before we begin to shape our futures, I would like to take a quick moment to acknowledge my peers. I may be number 1 in class rank, but that does not make me number 1 in our grade. No single person is number 1. Our grade is defined by so many different people and personalities. The ones that dressed up every day of Spirit Week. The ones that made everlasting friends here. The ones that participated in more clubs and sports than imaginable. The ones that made the best of their high school years and are having a bittersweet ending. You guys are all number 1. Having good grades isn't the same as having a good life experience. It's how you treat others, how you carry yourself, and how you learn from your challenges that truly matters in this world. I would like to say congrats to everyone, and I'm going to miss every single person that has helped me become the person I am today. My mom, my teachers, Mr. Cranky, and all my classmates. Have a good night, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the ceremony. And remember, we are the future. Embrace all the uncertainty that comes with that. Thank you.
I'm trying to get the bike spot, so we'll just go right ahead. Well, ladies and gentlemen, This is bringing us to the part you've all been waiting for. Once I get to the right page. Thank you for that. Oh, I have to flip another page. Are you ready? Class of 2020, are you ready? Okay. Just checking. Making sure you're all with me here, right? Distinguished guests, parents, faculty, and friends, every Board of Education maintains a governing body responsible for establishing policy requisites and standards for graduation. Dr. McKinnon, can you join me, please? Oxford High School's governance is granted under direct supervision of the State Board of Education. Dr. McKinnon, through the principal's authority, I have duly examined the technical and academic records of this class and certify that they meet all requirements as set forth by the State Board of Education and are therefore eligible to receive a high school diploma. It is my pride and privilege that I present to you Oxford High School's class of 2020.
We're going to make a little noise as we move this.
Stage change. Because we can't do anything easy.
Jessica, oh, you can go ahead and you can come back with it. We good? There we go. So the first three diplomas this evening go to our valedictorian, our salutatory, and our class president. It is my privilege to present the first diploma to Jessica Lynn Lockwood. You can take this, and then you're going to go down the middle, follow the arrow. Okay? Stephanie Lacey McNamara. Just follow where she goes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Colin Gerald Speaker. Do your photo and then come on back.
So when I call your name, if you guys could just make your way to these dots on either side of the podium. I'm now going to present the class of 2020. Diamond Ashley Aliquin. Should I call Papa? Yeah, all right. Nicholas Vincent Anglace.
Seniors, please take a look at your program, and as you see that your name is coming up, you can line up on this side on the buttons, okay? So this we can keep it moving. Paul and Maria, do you want to help them line up by the program just so that they know which way? take him a while. We need Diamond.
She's right here.
All right. You can say her name. Say it.
Diamond Ashley Aliquin. Nicholas Vincent Angles. Daria Alina Bakioki. Preston Richard Baldovan. Tyler Everett Jerome Ball. Shannon Elizabeth Barry. Molly Ann Bell. John Joseph Biondo. Vincent Gerald Biondo. Courtney Jane Bioski. Sage Evelyn Borkowski. Tatiana Paige Bowersox.
Someone has an air horn. Here, just hang on to here. Don't forget your.
Juliana Lauren Brodacki.
Good. Are you ready to go to boot camp? You a little nervous? You want to hang out right here?
Christina Marie Bruno. Haley Noel Banauskis. Melissa M. Cabezas. Christy May Capadagli. Edmund John Chapa III. Brad Lewis Chevarella. Callie Marie Schmiel. Laura Veronica Conju. Erin Violet Cody. Alexandra Courtney Croce. Nicholas Joseph Cruz. Cruz. Emma Elizabeth Cuomo. Killeen Elizabeth Daly. Paul Everett Davis. Brianna Sophia DeAngelis. Justin Philip Dembeck. Michael Andrew Dima. Philip Anthony DiGiovanni. Gabriella Marie DeMaro.
Hey, girl. Come on over. Hang on to this end.
Zachary Arthur DiNatale.
How are you?
Anastasia Kisson Duke.
How are you? Not too bad, right? Here we go. Gonna look over here.
Brian Michael Dunleavy.
How's it going? Good. So we're gonna stand right here. Take a picture. Hang on. Put your hands.
Hunter Benjamin DeMarsick.
Yeah, I know. Told me about the tape. That's a. Hi, how are you? Want to take your mask down just for the picture?
John Christopher Fairhurst.
Give me some elbows, my friend. Here we go. Hang on here. You can announce if they should come up sooner.
If you haven't gotten your diploma, you guys can come up and get ready to get in line. Alyssa Victoria Falcon Fennell.
Hi, how are you? You want to take your mask down for that?
Joseph Matthew Fernandez.
Hey, Joey. You want to take your mask off for the picture? All right, so you can hang on right here. Get a little closer. You're going to look right over here, okay? Right here.
Way to go, Joe.
Job.
Right down
I
the
wish
middle,
I
bud.
could.
Well done. Congratulations.
Sean Michael Garrison.
Hey, Sean. You want to take your mask off for the picture? Come a little closer right here. We're going to look right here. You want to put your hand on there? Take your diploma.
Francis Connor Gilbert.
Hey, how are you? You want to take your mask off for the picture? Here, come on over closer. Hang on to this end.
Madison Jean Glass.
I'm not going to trip you up here. You're good. Come a little closer. We're going to stand right here. You're going to hold on to this end, okay?
Sophia Elizabeth Goncalves.
That's it. You have a lot of fans. Hey, you want to hold on to this end? There you go.
Justin Tyler Goodart.
Give me some elbow, man. How you doing? I wish I could hug you. You know I can't. Come on closer.
Matthew Peter Gressick.
How are you? Good. Come on a little closer. You want to hang on to this one?
Nicolette Jordan Gilherm.
Hang on right here. Yeah.
Anna Rose Gillette.
How'd you get your hat to stand when your head was through the roof? Yeah, this looks really good. Come on, little.
Olivia Lauren Harper.
There, that's right. There you go. You want
Daniel Paul Hassler. Melanie Shante Hernandez Miller. Benjamin Adam Homewood.
Do you need help going down the stairs? Is that scary? Got it? Just wait. Thanks, Mr. Cranky. All right, buckets! Woo!
Ryan Mark Hovanesian.
You did it, my friend. Come on over.
Zaid Andrew Hume.
How you doing? Good job, Saeed.
Molly Rose Jacob. Lindsay Donna Johnstone. Tyler William Cather.
Okay, very good. All right, gotcha. Hey, you want to take your mask off for the picture? All right, here, come and hang on to right here. We're going to look right here.
No, staying there. They're coming from this side. Yes. That whole parking lot's over there.
Liam Harold Kane.
Hey, Liam, how are ya? Do you want to take your mask off? I wish I could hug you, but I can't. But I could give you elbows. There we go. Come on in. Hang on to right here. I'll look over there.
Catherine June Cates.
Hey, how's it going? Yes, you can. For the picture. Come on in. Go right here. Go hang on. We're going to take a picture right there.
Samantha Adrian Kaufman.
How are you? Do you want to take your mask off for the picture? Okay, very good. Right here? There you go.
Thank you. Congratulations. Dr. McKinnon, if you would switch sides with Ms. Pop.
Very good.
Hunter Allen Keller.
Do you want to go in the middle? Yeah, because they're switching sides. Are we good here? All right, here. Hang on to right here. Hang on right here.
Jessica Elizabeth Condick. Grace Elizabeth Krochko. Skylar Alexis Lakari. Emma Gillian Labreco. Angel Noel Lynn. Spencer Joseph Lyons. Jason Albert Madden. Gregory Malisco. Lauren Marie Matatini. Emma Suzanne McClellan. Down the middle. Aiden Matthew McDonald. Naya Alyssa Mesidor. James Joseph Miller III. Caden Hunter Mitchell. Alyssa Marie Modesti. Daniel Shane Mahajaran. Ariana Eva Monterio. Sophia Lee Morales. Patrick Michael Mucciarino. John Lawrence Mullen. Jenna Ann Myers. Justin Taylor Nappy. Chloe Madeline Nichols. Hannah Gail O'Brien. Anna Grace Ort. Maxwell Ryan Panella. Aiden Thomas Papp. Ethan Matthew Parker. Emma Laurel Pasuth. Caitlin Elizabeth Petrie. Juliana Marie Rocamato. Jasmine Nicole Reyes.
Oh my God, you made it. Give me some. All right, whatever. I don't care. I cannot. I'm so excited that you're here. You have no idea. All right, we're gonna look right here. Here.
Ryan Anthony Reynolds. Ryan William Reynolds. Matthew John Rich.
Can you remind them that the cannons, the confetti cannons, are for afterwards?
Just a reminder that the confetti cannons are for after and not during the name ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin.
Camden Kenneth Richter. Nathan Alexander Reamer. Thomas Bruno Romeo. Ryan James Ravazio. Dakota James Seja. Tabitha Grace Salem. Justice Lynn Santier. Graydon Scott Schmedeke. Amanda Danielle Skange. Connor Douglas Scully. Julia Sarah Seville. Julia Marie Sharon. Mackenzie Lee Sill. Shonda Vanye Smith. Claudia Jean Snyder. Tanner Daniel Sirocco. Spencer William Sutilli. Rebecca Marlene Swanet. Skylar Jillian Tackix. Tristan Charles Toigo. Julia Elizabeth Tong. Alyssa Ray Tuttle. Natalie Vallejo. Mackenzie Lynn Vinci. Everell Clinton Wallen. James Christian Ward. Daniel Joseph Westgate. Rachel Elizabeth Williams. Cassidy Hope Wilson. Catherine Rose Wilson. Congrats to the class of 2020. Oh, wait. Okay.
Oh, wait. Last but not least, we got one more.
Haley Elizabeth Woods.
Congratulations, Taylor.
Congrats, guys.
Okay, so this is not social distancing, right? That's okay. What I need you guys to do is go to your cars. Seniors, you can stand right next to your cars. Take out those cannons, because we're about to get things real. Yeah, I know. Oh, she's just start heading out there. Thank you, everyone. I'll wait. You want to stand here and here? I'm going this way. As they're, I'm just giving it to you now as they're We're almost there. So I do need your attention just for a little bit. And this is so exciting. I want to leave you, I'll wait a little bit longer. I want to make sure everybody's good. I want to leave you with this last final poem by Leslie Dwight. And I really need you to hear this part, okay? It's by Leslie Dwight. What if 2020 isn't canceled? What if 2020 is the year we've been waiting for? A year so uncomfortable, so painful, so scary, so raw, that it finally forces us to grow. A year we finally accept the need to change, declare change, work for change, become the change. A year we finally band together instead of pushing each other further apart. 2020 isn't canceled, but rather the most important year of them all. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by your cars. Don't pull those cannons yet, it's coming. Seniors and Dr. McKinnon and the Board of Education, let me present to you again Oxford High School's Class of 2020. Seniors, wait till the, seniors, are you ready? Move your tassels from right to left. Now, wait for it. Can we hear it? Hold on. That's okay. Class dismissed, seniors. They were excited and they were antsy. Let's go.
Oxford High School, home to the graduating class of 2020. Oxford High School, home to the graduating class of 2020. For the last 3.5 years, yes, a half year, this school has watched us grow and create everlasting memories. This pandemic may have changed. Today we are gathered, celebrating what we had created and what is Oxford High School, home to the graduating class of 2020. For the last 3.5 years, yes, a half year, this school has watched us grow and create everlasting memories. This pandemic may have changed our senior year, but today we are gathered, celebrating what we had created and what is to come in the future. Now, let's let Take Talk take it from here.
POV. Things turn out okay. You're back with your friends, you get to see them again. You don't have to be 6 feet apart because there's nothing that could jump from you to them or them to you. You wash your hands, but you wash your hands a normal amount because there's nothing making you paranoid. You're able to go to prom. You're able to go to graduation. You're able to laugh again. You're able to learn at school with an actual teacher and not just do assignments online.
Everyone, it's Ms. Potter sitting on the floor right in front of the Library Media Center on a very, very quiet day. No one's here. And I want to wish you all a very fantastic graduation day. I'll be seeing you in a little while in our parking lots. And I just want to make mention of this amazing book that was in your swag bag. It's the book that Mr. Schuman and I picked out for you this year. J.K. Rowling is one of my favorite people. And one of the quotes that she says, one of her famous quotes that really resonates with me right now, is happiness can be found in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. And right now, you are all my lights. So I will see you in a little bit, and I hope that you really enjoy the ceremony we put together for you. You all deserved it. When we said we had your backs, we weren't kidding. Bye, everyone. Go class of 2020.